Drop it.
Yeah. Those Eagles, y'all. Phillies. Yeah. 76ers. Take 215. About to go live. We elite boy street Philly on the rise. Wise guys, no surprise. Haters will despise. We debate every take. Hit the like and subscribe.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Take 215.
What's up? What's up?
My name is Deja. This is my dad, Ryan.
That right.
Thank y'all for tuning back in. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. We'll have all that linked down below. Welcome back. I know it's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been about a month.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We did have our bye week, and then we were filming for the Tampa and Browns game, but then we had some technical issues. We lost that footage. So
we lost that footage. So
we here starting again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thank y'all for tuning back in, and thank y'all. I think we almost to 200 subscribers. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Let's get us
too shy from 200.
Yeah, let's get us to 200 next time.
If you know somebody or if you guys that are watching that don't hit that sub button, it's free. Go ahead and hook us up. Hit that sub button for us.
Yes, let's get to 200 subscribers before this next episode. We about a year in, so that's nice.
I remember we just had 20.
Yeah, we set goals and we almost at 200, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
we appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, appreciate y'all guys.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some special things coming up here for some special episodes, maybe special guests, and then also try to do a live.
Yes.
Try to do a live
try to
show.
get some more special guests on there.
Try to do a live show soon. So yeah, but how was your day or your week?
It was pretty good.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it was on the Wednesday, hump day. It's been pretty good. It was a beautiful day today.
I needed to cool back off though.
Yeah, but it was nice though. I'm enjoying the weather, enjoying work. Everything is good. How was your?
Can't complain. I guess.
Can't complain.
We here.
Started from the bottom. Now we here.
Who sang that? You know?
That was Kanye, wasn't
it?
No. Oh, that's Drake. Wasn't it Drake?
Yes.
Oh, that was Drake, right? You know, I'm a dinosaur when it comes to some of this music.
That's why I needed to ask.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing you learned? Not too much on that.
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 But all right, we're going to go ahead and get into it. We got a few games that we need to catch up on since it's been a while. So we'll start with that Bucks game. So we lost to was we in Tampa?
Yeah.
We were in Tampa and we lost 33-16. We didn't have A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith or Lane Johnson in that game. However, I still feel like we shouldn't have lost that bad.
Yeah, it was a couple of turnovers, a couple of mistakes that we made.
And then we didn't have Brent Covey either, which is our punt returner, because I know they muffed a punt in that game too. Jalen was 18 of 30 for only 158 yards and 1 touchdown. Baker he threw the ball like crazy. I mean, he was 30 for 47 for 347 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans had a day, which he always does, Mr. Consistent.
The wide receivers are tough.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley he had 10 carries for 84 yards, and Dallas Goedert was the leading receiver with only 7 receptions for 62 yards. So, I don't know. I try to look at that game like, if I had to pick out of our losses, the 2 losses, I feel like that's a true loss. But I do feel like we are a drop ball away from being 5-1, because we was gonna always, to me, with the injuries, we were gonna always lose that Tampa Bay game. But I think we should have beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't even really watch that game.
No, I didn't either. I was checking it on my phone.
Yeah.
I was kind of. Once we didn't have our 2 starting wideouts, I kind of figured that.
Yeah. Not making any.
And the Tide Bulls always give us a rough time.
Yeah, the last time we beat them was in the regular season last year, so we've lost to them twice in a row. We've been playing them a lot lately, but anyway,
we might see them again.
Oh, not at this Monday night.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
because they lost a lot of their guys.
I don't know. There's a lot of trades happening, so they said that they could pick up potentially Cooper Kupp. Which I didn't even know he wanted out of the Rams. Are the Rams clearing house?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Cooper Kupp is on the trading block.
He is. Andy Reid tried to get him, and LA wanted a little bit more, which I was like, obviously. But the Chiefs ended up getting DeAndre Hopkins. But Adam Schefter put out a report today that it was in talks, and Andy wasn't giving up enough to get Cooper.
Okay.
Thank God. Lord have mercy. Could you imagine?
Woo.
So Yeah. Anyway, Cooper Kupp could maybe potentially end up a buck because Chris Godwin is out for the year, and Mike Evans won't be back until I think they said at least week 18. So because he was already on a gimpy hamstring, and then he went out there and really,
that might be their season.
I think it is. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then moving right along, and then after that, we played the Browns at home. We had the bye after the Tampa game. We played the Browns at home. We beat the Browns 20-16.
Yeah. That was.
I wanted to see more coming out of the bye. Like I wanted it to be, especially because of the way that we lost. We got all of our players back. I wanted it to be a little bit more of a statement win. But the Browns do have a good defense, so I was okay with us only scoring 20 points. But I would have rather. The defense played good too. The defense only gave up 9 points. It was that special teams.
Yeah, it was
a special teams return.
And then for the touchdown, and then some suspect play calling.
Yeah. Down the stretch.
Yes.
But anyway, when it came time for it, Jalen connected with AJ and they got it done. But Deshaun Watson was 16 of 23 for 168 yards, and then Jalen Hurts was 16 of 25 for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Didn't have a really strong day running the ball. Saquon was only had 18 carries for only 47 yards, which isn't really good. And then AJ Brown, welcome back, 6 receptions, 116 yards and a touchdown. And then Devontae Smith also had like kind of the game ceiling touchdown.
Right.
So do you think that, and then obviously it was the Nick Sirianni stuff, jawing at the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
that didn't mean nothing to me.
It didn't, but it just wasn't a good look. You doing that to our fans, and then it's like after you barely beat the Browns.
Barely beat it. And wait till the game was over to do it. And so when I said it, he is, man, sometimes he tries too hard for me. I think it's the opposite. I think he is trying to compose. I think he's really kind of has a lot to say and is really emotional and erratic, and I think he tries hard to keep because you don't see many head coaches doing that.
No head coaches. That was kind of crazy for a head coach.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So
he got called every name under the sun for that. A lot of people didn't like media. A lot of the media didn't like it. But
I didn't like that haircut.
Well, you got to excuse my French, but somebody tweeted, "We are now 2-0 in the Nick Sirianni bald bitch era."
Bald? What?
Maybe it's working.
He had gaps all in his head with them wall clippers he got from Walmart. All that money he got. He
did that at home.
He could have went to Supercuts or something.
He did that at home.
His son probably did it. Looked like
But I mean, it's working. I don't know. Maybe we 2-0 in the ball, the Nick Sirianni era. But when it comes to that game, what was probably your most impressive, or what did you like about that game?
I like that Jalen played clean. He didn't turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. That was a plus for me. And
defense for me.
The defense. I
know it's just Deshaun, but
right, but still. Cleveland, Myles Garrett, he still ain't no joke. Their defense, he don't
want to block the punt.
Yeah,
the field goal.
Yeah, the defense is not that bad.
No, the defense is good, and a lot of the thought was we just need a quarterback, and we kind of see.
And it wasn't for that run back, and wasn't for that bad play calling. We could have beat them by 2 touchdowns, I think, or at least by 10 points.
At least by 10, yeah.
At least by 10 points.
Yeah, but. That's over. We got that done.
Got that done.
And then so moving right along to week 7. It's week 7 already.
Yeah,
week 7 is crazy.
We're almost halfway through.
Yeah. So Saquon and the Eagles return to the Meadowlands.
To the Meadowlands.
And
man, I was excited about this game.
Yeah, probably our most convincing win to. I don't know. I like the Green Bay win. The Green Bay win. Now looking back and seeing what Green Bay is. I like the Green Bay win, but anyway, this is our most I'm not gonna say convincing win, but our most lopsided win this season. Mm-hmm. We won 28-3.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts didn't have to do much. He was only 10 of 14 for 114 yards, 1 touchdown, but most importantly, second game with no turnovers.
Right.
Daniel Jones, poor thing, 14 of 21, 99 yards, and then obviously. Saquon Barkley carried us 17 carries, 176 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then A.J. Brown had 5 receptions for 89 yards and 1 touchdown. We were able to really lock down Malik Neighbors. Shout out Quinyon.
Quinyon, I'm so excited about him.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors only had 4 receptions for 41 yards. So, I mean, obviously they kept asking Saquon about this every chance they got, and you know, obviously he tried to downplay it, and I don't really think he had as much like animosity for the Giants the way maybe AJ did going back to Tennessee.
Right.
Because they are just kind of two different players, like with different mindsets, I think. But he said when he was walking into the stadium, he saw fans burning his jersey.
I know, yeah, and I was just so happy for him. He had the little extra burst in the step.
Oh yeah. He said after he saw them burning the jersey,
that kind of lit the fire under him, and that guy, man, he's amazing, man.
And to think the Giants. John Mara, I think is their owner name, let him walk out the door. And the way they did it on Hard Knocks, it's like all the Giants fans that watched that, why on earth do you think that was Saquon's fault?
Yeah.
But they were saying that he could have went anywhere. He didn't have to go to the Eagles. We got one of the best O-lines in football. Oh, me? We got one of the best O-lines in football. And
he's from Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, but he said he never cared about the Eagles. But
I know, but I'm talking about, I know whether he cared about the Eagles, but he said his brother's a fan. But I'm saying, as far as he says, grandparents still in Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't. I'm just saying he wasn't that far in New York. He was just down 95.
True,
that's all I'm saying.
True,
so it's not much of a difference as far as where he was. But I was saying that. You know, they offered him the money. We have one of the best O-lines in football. We're always competitive, like when it comes down to competing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just obviously like it looked like somewhere maybe potentially he would want to be. So, I think, but again, it wasn't far. It wasn't a far move for his family just going down, down 95.
And he's a blessing to have because right now he's like the best player on our team.
Yeah, I still.
AJ's up there, but I mean, to run the game, he changes the game for us.
Oh yeah. And like he can change them quick. Like that Saints game.
Yes.
That game was stupid the whole way, and he burst through one time, and that game is completely different.
He changed the whole complexion of the game.
Like
with
him and AJ, like 1A, 1B with how they can literally
change the complexion of the game.
The only difference with AJ, is more dependent upon Jalen putting the ball in the right spot.
Right. He needs some help, but
overall, just like he got booed, and he was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna get booed. I think he had a little bit more. I don't know. He didn't do anything, and he knows that. Like he wanted to stay a Giant. Like let's just be clear, he did not want to leave New York. Even though they were losers, he did not want to leave. He wanted to stay, but they didn't give him the money. And that owner on Hard Knocks said, I'm going to have a tough time sleeping at night if Saquon goes to Philadelphia.
Clown.
Well, you better get your Tempur-Pedic mattress because he's here and he's perfect.
And get that pillow with the curve in it too for your neck.
But people seem to think that it was because when you watch it, it kind of seems like it's the general manager. Not the general manager. Yeah, it's the general manager that's kind of pushing him out, and that Dayball and the owner wanted him. But the owner has more say over the general manager. So if you really wanted to keep him,
you would have kept him.
You would have kept him. He wouldn't have gone nowhere. And Bill Belichick was on the Pat McAfee, I can never say his last name, show. And Bill Belichick said it. He said everybody knew Saquon was going to go to Philadelphia. So obviously he knows something. Like obviously the owners and coaches, they talk amongst themselves, or there's like, chirping and rumors.
Right.
So Bill Belichick said that he was on his way out the door in New England. He said people knew like that's where he was going to go. So he said, so I'm not really sure. Because
why would he even bring that up in Hard Knocks?
It's 32. It's 30 outside of the Eagles. Philly? It's 31 other teams outside of y'all. No, am I doing that math? 30 other teams outside of you, the Giants and the Eagles. So why are you specifically bringing up the Eagles?
I wonder what that was kind of weird.
Bill Belichick said because people knew, like if he didn't sign with the Giants, he was going to go to Philly. So it's obviously obviously we not in that circle.
Right, we're not in that loop.
Yeah, but anyway, so.
Wow.
Our defense, shout out the defense. So the defense had a total of 8 sacks.
Wow.
They were living in the backfield. Let me get this pulled up. Let me get the box score pulled up.
Yeah, Jalen Carter.
Bryce Huff finally acting like he got some money. So we had a total of 8 sacks. Nakobe Dean had 2. Jalen Carter had 2. Nolan Smith Jr. had 1. Bryce Huff had 1. Josh Sweat had 1. And Jalix Hunt got his first one.
Wow. Awesome.
So the defense had a day. Quinyon Mitchell, poor thing. This is why he was a DB, not a receiver, because he got bricks for hands. He had 3 picks in that game. 3. And dropped every single one of them.
Yeah. One of them was kind of rough, but
They said this is why he is a DB.
But guess what though?
He's still breaking the pass.
He's breaking them up.
Yeah.
Keep on doing what you do.
So I'm excited for this. This is the second week in a row that the defense hasn't given up a touchdown.
Yes.
So that's good. Albeit against the Browns and the Giants.
We have to play who on the schedule.
That's
we ain't got nothing to do with that.
Somebody said Greg Jennings, I think is his name. Because some people be trying to knock on like who we got to play, but he's like,
we got to play
who's on the schedule. He said, and both Dallas and Washington struggle with the Giants. So the Eagles have to feel good about going in there and winning convincingly because it was a game. Like the Giants would have beat Washington if they had a kicker. And then the Dallas game, had they just not kicked 20 field goals, they would have had they turned one of those field goals into a touchdown. They win that game.
Exactly.
So they were in all of those games. And then they beat Seattle too, which was a pretty convincing win. So I mean, not trying to obviously, the Giants are who they are. But I just still think divisional games are tough.
Yeah, divisional games are really tough.
Yeah, it was away, but honestly, our fans travel well to Jerk because it's right there. So it was still like a lot of Eagles.
And then
fans.
it was a road win.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, shout out to the defense for.
And shout out to Saquon Barkley. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
proud of that
I'm
guy.
happy for
him.
him.
And I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
And it seems like the whole league is happy for him.
Yeah, because everybody says he's a really good guy. Yeah, they say he's a good guy. He's a good kid. And so I'm happy for him. Obviously, he was 13 yards away from beating his single game rushing record. Yeah, and Nick Sirianni asked him if he wanted to take it because he was about to pull the starters, and he's like, "Nah, I'm all right."
He said, "Let the young boys eat."
That's very telling because I said, "Put me back in and run the ball on every damn down till I get it."
And everybody was like, "Why do they keep on giving it to him?" But it ain't all about that.
No, because and they were like, they could have had he could have had 3 touchdowns on the day, but one commentator was like, "But the Eagles know that the tush push works." Yeah. So that's their old faithful. So they just go. And it was one I was watching. Jalen called it audible. Like he said, I could see it because I can never really tell. I'm not that skilled when he's when I can tell if he's changing something at the line of scrimmage. Not that skilled in my footbent knowledge, but I could tell.
Good at it.
I could tell when the tush push that they were not lined up to do that, and you can see the play clock went very close to 0. And he was looking at somebody over there, and he said, "We doing the tush push." So they probably were about to give it to Saquon, but it's just one of those old reliables, and it's gonna work.
And then he had his day. He had a good day. So.
Yeah. And that's not what he's clearly about the stats and stuff. Because if he were, he would have wanted to get the record. And it was funny because it's like you could tell Nick Sirianni was like, "No, I don't think you heard me." He had to repeat himself. He said, "You 13 yards away."
He said, "I know."
So
that's character.
Yeah, because I would have ran up the score on him. But anyway, shout out Saquon. Very excited,
Saquon.
very happy.
2-6.
I think it's going to be one of those kind of instances where you see a really good player go to another team, but that's the kind of where you remember them at.
Right.
Who was it? There was some person I saw. What about like Marshall Faulk? Didn't he start with one team and end with the other team, and he more known for the Rams than I could be making that up. I don't know.
No, he's more known for Indianapolis because he started with the Rams.
Yes, he started with the Rams, but people kind of more associate him with his run at Indy. They were kind of just comparing that. They feel like that's how that could be. But anyway, you got any final takes, thoughts?
No, I'm just I'm happy for that. Happy for 2 wins in a row.
2 clean wins, no turnovers,
and looking forward to getting another one.
Yeah, and so obviously we next week we're gonna have a tough task. So we play Cincinnati at Cincinnati.
Right.
I think we're only 2-point underdogs, so that's really saying it's a pick 'em because normally you get 3.
You get 3 for being at home anyway.
Yeah, so I think we're 2-point underdogs. And I saw the Fox Sports or CBS Sports put up a graphic. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, and then T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, they're the highest duo in touchdowns. So they both have 37 touchdowns. Not both of those duos have 37 touchdowns combined. So they're the top 2 duos in football as far as touchdowns. So both secondaries gonna have their hands full. Both secondaries. I think our secondary is better than theirs. But I think if we can get to Joe Burrow, like, it's so weird because they've struggled against bad teams.
Right.
Cincinnati struggled against
Cleveland.
Which I guess is a division game for them. But then they struggled against the Giants. And then they struggled against Yeah, the Cleveland and the Giants were the last two that they struggled against, and then before that, I think they started 1-4 anyway.
Yeah.
And then so it's weird, but then when they play the Ravens, it's like they play up to their competition sometimes or down to it. So we'll see. But I do think that if we can get to Joe Burrow, like I think this is going to be a game that is won in the trenches at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to Joe.
Yeah, because if he has time, he will pick that back. He will pick that back in apart because T. Higgins and Jamar Chase is just too good.
They're good.
Yeah. And so I just think
they really. What's up with their running game? They really.
It's Cindy Brown's brother. It's his twin brother. I think his name's Chase Brown. I watched I think I could be lying. They might not be twins. But I watched a interview and they were asking him about it. You know, he's like, I'm excited. He said, you know, today's the last day I'm gonna talk to him. And this was on, I think, after we beat the Giants. He said, today's the last day I'm gonna talk to him. And then after that, I ain't gonna be able to talk to him. He's like, but that's like my best friend. We talk every day, so it's gonna be weird, but we not gonna talk. So I'm excited for him. It just will be cool to play.
Wow.
Yeah, his brother is their leading rusher.
Yeah, because Mixon
Chase
left.
Brown. Yeah, Joe Mixon in Houston.
Yeah, so this is gonna be tough. This was on the schedule at the beginning of the game.
I had as an L.
Me too.
But now it's very winnable.
Yeah, it's winnable now.
Yeah, it's very, very winnable. I think that I really do. I think if the defensive line can have the day that they've been having for the past 2 weeks, I don't really know what Cincinnati's O-line is like, but I know it's not that great because I know that's been one of their Achilles heels is their O-line. So I think if we can get back there and rattle Joe, he gonna throw a few picks, I think. But if he has time, it won't be good. It won't be good if he has time. So
if we don't get to him, it's not going to be good.
I'm really not. And I was looking at if when you're on ESPN, it kind of shows you how you match up with them. Our offense will be good again. Their defense is not good.
Right.
Their defense is not good. So our offense has the upper hand against their defense. So the only issue that is going to be is more so our defense against their offense. Because if he can stay, their offense is ranked pretty. I think it's like 9th.
Yeah.
So we got to
they got some with Chase and
because I don't know why their record is what it is.
But they lost some close games too.
Did
they haven't been getting blown out.
And speaking of us playing the Cincinnati Bengals, we have we got Mello wanted to pop in real quick. We're not sure how we ended up with a Cincinnati Bengals fan in our family. Do you even know how or why you are a Bengals fan?
Not really. About a year and a half ago, by the beginning of 6th grade, I saw the Bengals play a little bit. And I heard me and my friend Joshua, he moved away. Mm-hmm. We liked him for a little while, and then I started watching football a little more, and then just kind of started getting.
Was it because Joe was trendy? Joe Burrow was trendy? Is that the only reason?
No, it was more like the whole team in general. It just for some reason, like I was like a hopper. Like I hop from
you a bandwagon. Say bandwagon.
Bandwagon.
Yeah.
I like one team that I liked another.
Yeah.
But then I decided that I finally did that. I settled on liking Cincinnati.
Okay, and I think it's because Joe Burrow was pretty. The girls and the boys liked Joe Burrow back when he first came out because he, I guess, resonated with the Gen Z. Anyway, so what's your prediction of the score?
28-14.
You think who?
Eagles 28.
Oh, you think y'all gonna get cooked like that?
Yeah, because our Joe Burrow, our defense is low. We don't really have much on our offensive line.
Okay.
Joe Burrow doesn't really have much protection.
You right about that.
And when it comes to like our offense in general, he has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but other than that, he doesn't really have much to work
what else
with.
do you need besides Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? Those two are the best receivers. That's probably like the best receiving core tandem. The tandem, all three of them, ours is up there too, but you can't say all we got is Jamar Chase and T. Higgins because those are like 2 number 1 receivers. But you're right. They don't have a lot of protection, but you better hope that y'all lose because if y'all win, you're going to have to stay in your room all day and the next day. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll circle back. No, you don't want them on if they win. No. But all right. Yeah, I told you I'd get you that Joe Burrow jersey, but I don't think you've been acting right. So, yeah, we're going to have to look at the paperwork to see. But all right. Mello, you got something to say to the people? You signing off?
Yeah.
Say it to the people.
I'm signing off y'all's Bengals rule. Y'all Eagles gonna beat us, but it's gonna be all right. We gonna be good.
Who they? Is that what it is? Who they?
Bengal Nation.
Who they? We need to win because I now think Dallas might have a chance of beating the 49ers because, Lord, they ain't got nobody. Debo got water in his lungs. He got pneumonia.
I still think San Francisco going to beat them.
I think if Juwan Jennings comes back, Jordan, they can run the ball no matter who was back there. We know that. Their defense is still better than Dallas's. I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco won, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas was able to sneak out a win.
Right.
How long can he clear up the pneumonia by Sunday? No, I'm kidding. He not gonna play. And if George Kittle, he's up in the air. If George Kittle don't play, I do not foresee them winning.
Oh yeah, if George Kittle don't play.
But if Juwan Jennings and George Kittle play, I think that they can win. But we'll see. But so I just think it's hopefully we can get this win because we do. Just looking down at the schedule, this would be a good one because I already know we're gonna lose to Baltimore. God, I'm scared of that game.
Might don't even watch that.
But I've been watching every Baltimore game, and it would be nice to see us go up against a team of that magnitude. But Lord, I don't know. Yeah,
Derrick Henry. That's gonna be something.
The whole AFC North, I thought was, remember I said going to be our toughest out. So we've already beat the Browns. So if we can, and remember we said if we can go 2-2.
In that stretch, we'll be fine.
But we thought it was going to be the Steelers and the Browns.
That was going to lose to?
Beat. Yeah, we said we was going to lose to Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Baltimore, yeah.
Which
still might beat the
How the Steelers look good too. I don't know. I still don't, sorry, Uncle Matt. I still don't trust the Steelers. I kind of think their record is a fluke. I'm so sorry to say that out loud. He gonna be mad again.
You better leave my brother alone.
No, their defense is stellar. Like their defense is really, really good. So maybe it's just the defense. And Justin Fields was not losing them any games.
Yeah, but I think
I trust Justin more than Russell.
But Russell's more experienced. He was making audibles at the line of scrimmage, stuff that Justin can't do.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm glad they did one because had they lost, Mike Tomlin would have got a little bit of heat because you pulled somebody out that had y'all at 4-2. So you're right. Like in certain throws, Justin couldn't make, but there were certain times when Russell could have took off and got a touchdown, whereas Justin would have.
But Justin was trying not to turn the ball over. But Russell was flinging that thing, taking chances going downfield. Doing things that
but he wouldn't take off. So many times he could take off and get in. I saw like a touchdown, but he's scared to get hit. He got to get home.
Yeah, but they're in a good situation though. As far as their quarterback room,
they are. And we said 2-2 against the AFC North. I still think that stands true.
Yeah. So I think we're
going to lose to Baltimore.
Yeah,
book it.
And hopefully we can beat Cincinnati. But those are my two I picked we was going to lose to.
Yeah, but if we beat Cincinnati, maybe we can go 3-1 in that division.
Yeah, if we Cincinnati, we'll go through. We'll just but
we ain't beating no Ravens.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, y'all. This is an Eagles. I am not delusional like Cowboys fans are. We are realists.
Yeah.
And have you seen? There are two teams I knew at this point in time we have no shot at beating, and that's the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. Oof. Good thing we don't play the Lions, so that's not an issue. But the Ravens, when we play
that'd be a tall task. And then, like I said, at the beginning of the season, we had them on the schedule.
Yeah, we played them sooner than we think.
Yeah.
The Ravens, we played them November 7th. No, wait, I'm looking at the bingo schedule. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
when we play them, but anyway. Yeah, we're being realistic.
Yeah. It is facts over feelings.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just say I would be very ecstatic if we pulled, in surprised if we pulled that one out.
Yeah, I would too. Mm-hmm. I would too.
Yeah.
So like
anyway.
I said, we had us losing to like Cincinnati and Baltimore. We said we was going to beat Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in that division because I know that was going to be our toughest, most physical. That whole division is pretty tough. But yeah, unless we can get some scooping scores, a pick six or something, we're gonna need a score from our defense to stay in the day game. We getting ahead of ourselves, but anyway, that's just one that I have booked as an L.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Me too.
So yeah, but anyway, so we'll move on to you've heard the latest from Jared Wayne.
Oh yeah, about Derrick Henry.
Yeah, so the first thing we haven't even talked about because we haven't been here is when he said to that man, he got this was after the Detroit Lions loss, so we haven't been here since they got annihilated to the Lions 37-9 or something crazy.
Like that.
It was very sad to watch. I started feeling bad.
Me too.
And that it made me mad that I started feeling bad. I was like, why are you feeling? But it got nasty.
It got ugly.
It got very, very, very ugly. I started feeling bad.
It got real ugly.
Yeah, it did. And so anyway, after that loss, Jerry went on. He has a scheduled interview or appearance on this radio show in Dallas
every week.
That he pretty much is funding or behind or something of the sort. And the radio host asked him, and I'll insert the audio so y'all can listen to it. But I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard it.
Which there was a lot of criticism that you guys didn't add, didn't spend, and don't add, and don't spend, and are not aggressive enough with some of the problems that are still haunting the Cowboys today that we see play out on the field. That's the point of talking about the offseason.
Oh, I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay. Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners, and I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday.
But the radio host asked him, the tough questions, like, why didn't you, if you knew these were the same issues last year, why didn't you pick up any pieces in the offseason, or why didn't you do anything like that? So anyway, Jerry got mad. You heard what he said.
Yeah.
He said, you're not going to get on this microphone and ask me those questions like that. What did he say? Because I'll get somebody else to ask me the questions. I do want it. What did he say?
I don't know what you're smoking over there, buddy.
He said, get on this microphone. I thought it was very...
I'll get somebody else to ask these questions.
Yeah. And the dude just,
he said, Jerry, we just, I'm
he
not
said,
playing.
It's not funny. I'm not joking. I'm not joking around here.
That guy shut up,
yeah. Too. Jerry saw his checks. I would have shut up too. But Jerry got a lot of flack for that because it was very telling.
He was bullying that man.
He was, and he's in an advantageous position. So
advantageous.
He is able to. It's just power tripping, it's just like this dude can't even do his job. He asking the questions that the fans want to ask, and then Jerry's response was, because he got a lot of flack for it, was basically he shouldn't have to answer those types of questions on his own platform because he knows he's already going to get asked them by.
Right.
But still, let's be authentic, let's be genuine. These are real questions that the fans want to know. Hell, the man asking them probably wanted to know.
Yeah. So he's I don't know, man. That guy needs to fall back.
Yes, and he lost that way against the Lions in Jerry World on his 82nd birthday. They gave him a cake at the start of the game. Thank God they didn't give him the cake at the end of the game. So, yeah, that was that. And a lot of people didn't really like or appreciate the way that...
Yeah. It wasn't a good look.
No. It was power tripping, slave stuff again.
Yeah, it was sure. Django!
And then... to follow up with that, there's just been a lot. Like Troy Aikman, did you hear what Troy Aikman said? He kind of ripped them a new one.
About
Dallas and about CeeDee Lamb, them lazy he said they only hustle off the line. They know they're getting the ball and all this stuff. And Mike McCarthy gonna have the nerve to say, "Well, I know because I'm in the meetings and I watch the film." Troy watched the film.
Yeah,
that's his job to watch the film.
Yeah.
And I think that those words don't hold any weight. Yeah, they do. It's Troy Aikman.
It's Troy.
The one of the two most prominent quarterbacks in Dallas Cowboy history. They do hold weight, but I guess it was a lose-lose situation for Mike McCarthy because he couldn't admit that they held weight because then I don't know. But anyway, you can try to say they don't matter, but they do matter, and he's absolutely right.
Yeah, and Troy is very knowledgeable on how offense is being ran and things like that, and the defense can dictate certain things when you're lazy coming off the line.
Y'all about to run the ball. I don't even need. I can sit right here in this chair because I'm not going. Basically, you running the ball.
Yeah.
I don't even need to worry about you. And if you can kind of tell when that coming off the line of scrimmage who's going to get the ball or if they throwing it or running it, and that in itself is hindering Dak in the offense all right there.
And back in the day, them guys they just ran hard.
No matter if you getting the ball or not.
Yep, whether they're getting the ball or not.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just a lot of heat. So we'll see. And then following up after Derrick Henry's outing against who did they play? They played the Bucks.
Right.
And Derrick Henry had another monster day. Oof. So then Jerry Jones again was asked about he's gonna keep I feel bad for Cowboys fans a little bit because every time they gotta watch Derrick Henry go crazy.
They're gonna keep on saying that.
Yeah, and they didn't even Jerry Jones first is like, oh, I couldn't afford Derrick Henry. But then he came out, he didn't even call him.
And then he said that
yesterday. He said
that he wouldn't have got the ball like that. He don't fit our system.
Yeah, he doesn't really fit our system. I don't think he would have had the production that he is having in Baltimore and Dallas.
Wow, he's throwing this coach under the bus.
I don't even know if it's that or if it's players, but you can best believe if you had Derrick, now we're seeing Dak Prescott was really
because he said we don't run the ball. Because he said we don't run the ball
because you can't.
Right, but
it's not. It stops right there. They're not running the ball because they cannot run the ball. So it's all this pressure on Dak, and now we're seeing what Dak looks like, or any quarterback for that matter, is going to look a little subpar if they don't have a running game.
Run the ball.
So him saying that he wouldn't be getting those carries or we don't run the ball like that, it's because you cannot. But you can best believe if it's Derrick Henry and Dak Prescott back there, defenses are they're second guessing things. They're not knowing that they can just rush.
If Derrick Henry went to that, then that would open up for CD and everything.
It's all one big, so he just keeps putting his foot in his mouth. I think he has got to get out of there. I think we have got to.
And he's trying to gaslight us.
Yeah.
It's really like
we don't see these people.
Trying to make us believe that Derrick Henry wouldn't have been good on that team.
And then all this, because it started when we couldn't afford him. Then it was, I like the talent on our team. I like the pieces that we have. And then it was, okay, well, you didn't even call them. So how did you know that you couldn't afford them? And see, he was able to dodge a little bit of these questions and get away with it before the season started because, we didn't know what Derrick Henry was going to do. But now every time Derrick Henry goes out there and runs like that, that's all he's getting asked about, So I just think he's... I think he's got to sit down. He's got to retire. Most 82-year-olds ain't doing this no more.
He needs to fire himself.
Yeah. Most 82-year-olds are somewhere sitting down somewhere.
And then I've dealt with being around people that had dementia before. I have.
We both have.
Yeah, and they started getting aggressive.
Yeah. You think he got dementia?
Yeah, I think he does.
Early onset Alzheimer's?
I really think he does
something, or he's just stubborn. And then dementia or not, they just get stubborn. He's stuck in his ways. He doesn't want to change. He doesn't want to admit when he's wrong. He has never flat out said, I should have, pursued Derrick Henry, or obviously it's easy to say now. Like he's never just admitted any time he's wrong.
But, and that's arrogance as well too.
Yeah, little narcissism, little combo.
Yeah,
grandiosis,
what they call it.
I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's just I think I hope and I think that the Dallas Cowboys will never win anything. I don't think they'll make it past the divisional round with Gerald Wayne at the helm.
No.
And we are not talking about Bruce Wayne.
And no,
not to be mistaken for Bruce Wayne.
And now they're going to pay Micah soon too, so they're not going to have no money to do nothing.
Maybe he can get money from his podcast. He can hold off a little bit.
They had to pay him next year, I think.
Because he's not going to take being played out on the 5th year, or is that what he coming up on? He not going to do that bull job, is he?
I don't think so. Now all these injuries happen. Like I'm glad he got his money.
I'm a little glad. I'm glad he got his money, but even before he got hurt, he was playing like AWS.
Yeah.
But I think that was a lack of training camp. And it matters. He was dropping a lot of balls. He has not been well because I have him in one of my fantasy leagues and I'm upset every week. So, yes, he got criticized for his play, but last year he was phenomenal. So,
they pay him for that last year.
Yeah, back pay, reparations.
Yeah, reparations.
But yeah, it's just a lot of injuries, a lot of non-contact injuries.
Yeah.
It's something weird going on. They said it's because a lot of it's not, even though it might not be all turf, it's not regular grass that these people are playing on, because these stadiums are used for concerts and other sporting events, so they can't have regular grass. But yeah.
And injuries are part of the game. Ain't nobody feel sorry for us when both our wide receivers were out.
No.
So don't nobody feel sorry for you. Somebody get hurt.
No, and Freaky Nasty Man again.
Oh man, he done.
Did you? I mean, they were booing him while he was getting carted. He was crying. It was kind of an odd scene to watch.
Yeah,
I got a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I 22 lawsuits is all I keep thinking about. 22 of them women ain't lying on you. All 22 of them women ain't lying on you.
Well, he got enough money to pay them all. Because he robbed the Browns.
All the lawsuits got settled, but 1 or 2. So yes, they've been paid. I don't know what he did, but it's just too much of a coincidence. I just don't. I don't know, but I still don't think that they should have booed him. And people are like, "Oh, they were booing the player, not the person, or vice versa, whatever." Or they were booing the person, not the player. It's one and the same. It's the same thing. I don't think you should really boo anybody when
somebody gets hurt.
Yes, but in the Browns' defense, the fans did boo him when he came into they boo him when when they introduced players, so they always was booing him.
Yeah.
But somebody had a good point. They was like, had the Browns been 6-0, are y'all booing him?
No.
Or do y'all care about them lawsuits?
No, they don't.
So I don't know. It just, to me, I don't feel bad for the Browns organization at all, because I, EYE, think that it was a smack in the face for them to even pay him that money when he was in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
He got all that money, which was broke NFL history, in the middle and amidst all those rumors and those lawsuits, which I thought was insane to begin with. It was a slap into the woman's face of the accusers. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the accusers.
And then just throw the whole organization away. I don't care.
Yeah.
But as soon as it went down, you could see it just pop.
Right.
Seeing as a non-contact.
He didn't even get touched either.
Those non-contact injuries are always bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to be like, dang, but 22 women ain't lying on you, big dog. Get well soon.
Yeah, get well soon. Just get you one and just,
Get him one what?
Just get one. You can just pay one.
One massage therapy?
Yeah, just pay her. It's plenty. I don't know people that do. I don't know people who would do that, but it's people, Deshaun, that will just won't sue you or nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
And to get their money.
But that's why he's a predator, because he trying to be weird about it. There are those types of things out there. And don't say that like the facility and the team pays for you to get those things done at the facility, but you want to go home and do it.
You want to get freaky with it.
Yeah, freak nasty man. And he got some girl just riding behind him. She said, "That's my man." I don't know.
Kudos to her.
I don't,
Hey, that $300 million.
I do not
she
support
she don't get nothing about them other girls. About that paper.
But you gotta care something about them other women. If you were a predator.
I know, but some women, I ain't gonna go there, but it's all about the dough.
Get well, freak man. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along to the Sixers. It's opening tip off. Let's see what the score is. Today is, I'm sure it's not good. Yeah.
You get blown out.
Well, it's no Tyrese, or it's the third quarter, 76-92. It's no Tyrese. It's just Tyrese. So Paul George and Joel Embiid, neither one of them are playing today. We play in the Bucks. I'm excited to see what the whole team looks like together. Right now, it's just Tyrese Maxey on an island with Reggie Jackson, Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre, and Scraps.
And drumming all those guys.
Kyle Lowry.
With the second
BBL
team.
Lowry.
BBL. Kyle Lowry.
So that's the only people he with.
Yeah,
so Joel Embiid got a lot of flack because he said he ain't playing no back-to-backs.
Right.
Paul George is very injury prone too. You saw that little hyperextension that he had.
Yeah, that was a little scary.
Yes, because I was about to slip my wrist if that happened. If he really, because I was like, it's got to be some sort of curse. I'm feeling cursed. Anyway, he's fine. They're both fine, and I don't really understand. Nick Nurse was saying something that was like, no, Joel's fine. We just didn't think he was strong enough or he's where he needs to be to start the season. He was just in Paris playing very hard
for the Olympics.
I'm Joel Embiid.
I think that we're going to have a good season with Paul George.
How do you feel about him being so vocal about him not planning to? Oh, and they came out today. NBA is launching an investigation against the Sixers and Joel Embiid. But how do you feel about him just being so vocal about him saying?
I wouldn't say that because it's kind of like to the fans to pay money and things like that. It just wasn't a good look.
No,
it was
sends a bad message
to say that. And sometimes I've learned that you have to hide your intentions because everybody. Yeah, I mean, don't put him out there like that because he didn't have to say that. Even though he wasn't going to do that, he didn't have to say that. And he probably could have got away with it without no backlash.
Yeah, but I think what brought it up very suddenly, Paul George being out was not a surprise because of the injury that he had in the preseason or the small, issue he had. But Joel Embiid was on nobody's injury report. He was like, we know he was healthy because he was just in Paris with LeBron and co.
Right.
So I think that is kind of what brought some of it up because it's like, well, what happened? Ain't nothing happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know. I don't care. I don't care.
I just only thing about it is when you're not playing back to back. I have a little issues with. Like if the fans come, you're not playing.
You pay your money. I've experienced that.
I don't care. You can sit all season. Just come back to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't care nothing about what you could because you can't stay healthy.
No, and I think it's just, and I feel bad because last year was some freak accidents with the Bell's palsy, his eye rolling back, and then the other thing, the broken orbital bone.
Yeah,
like a lot of it is freaky, crazy. No Deshaun Watson, pun intended. A lot of it is freak, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I do feel a little bad for him because it's just like even like his MVP season, like he played so well, and then so I feel bad, and some of it is not a result of conditioning or like the orbital bone thing was the dude elbowed him in the face.
Right.
And, things just happen. So
Right.
I get it. Do I care? Absolutely not.
Me either.
Because I think that they will play enough games. Joel, obviously, these people ain't idiots. Joel and Paul and Tyrese and co will play enough games to get them into a decent position for seeding purposes. And then we'll start from there.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yeah. Straight like that.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
about that.
He getting, but Stephen A, fat forehead man, and everybody else, they need stuff to holler about on the morning show. So
they mad because they had to play. They couldn't do it.
Right. And I get it. Well, what about Kawhi? Do he even play basketball anymore?
No. He's just Kawhi is like a mascot. That's what all he is.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
He do those commercials though.
That's it. It doesn't really bother me, and I don't think it should bother a lot of us Philly fans and a lot of us Sixers fans because how many times have we said to one another or amongst ourselves or whatever? Every time in the postseason,
Right.
It's
He
a long
never-
season.
yeah.
It's 82 games, and that's just the regular season.
Yeah.
So I personally, EYE, when I say I like that, I'm seeing EYE.
EYE.
Yeah. I personally do not care, and I look forward to
This is a new, what you call those?
euphemisms. I don't know. That's
Acronym?
not the right word.
That's not an acronym.
Euphemism. What's a euphemism? Anyway, I do not care. I am just looking forward to seeing him in April.
Yeah, that's it. Healthy.
Yep, get us to where we need to go. I believe in Tyrese. I think Tyrese can take the team pretty far because we ain't gonna be playing teams like the Bucks every night. Like I think, and obviously this is not something long term. He's coming back the first game against Detroit, and they said because he want to bang on Tobias' head. His first game back could be against Tobias Harris and the D-Town Pistons. Shout out Miles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't care. How many more times can I say I don't care?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I don't care about that either.
So anyway, what do you think? Honestly, I don't even care what seed we are. I just don't want to be in the play-in, of course.
Right.
I can't really predict it so early. The
early.
NBA is kind of exhausting. Like I can't really start.
Season too long for me.
Yeah, I can't. Every now and then I come home on a Tuesday night because I like Inside the NBA with Chuck and Ernie and them. So I'll watch every now and then, but I really don't be tapped in until after the All-Star break. I mean, it should be too much.
There's just a lot of games.
It is every day. So I can't give any thoughts or predictions or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right now, Boston looks great. Boston looks great, but I never believed in the Knicks anyway. And I don't really understand the Cat trade for Julius. I don't understand it from the Timberwolves side.
Me either.
They were in the West Conference Finals last year. Was Cat the reason they didn't make it past? Who?
I don't know.
Was it the Nuggets?
I don't know. I forgot. I don't even know.
Who Boston played?
I don't remember none of that. I'm like Jerry Jones now.
Wait, who did Boston play?
You think you're going to sit up on that microphone and ask me who they played last year?
Who was it, y'all? The Mavericks.
Oh, the Mavs.
Because you wanted your Muslim brother to win.
Yeah, Kyrie.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
So I don't remember none of that. You didn't even try to remember.
I didn't. I drew a blank. Don't nobody remember the loser?
Nah. But I just think Boston, I don't trust Jason Tatum. It's Jalen. I trust Jalen Brown a lot more. Justin Tatum gets kind of crazy and weird and disappears. But I do think that they set a tone. I don't know. It's so early. But Boston's very, very good, and I can't imagine anybody in the East even beating them. All my hope is for us to just get to the Eastern Conference Finals because we won't be beating Boston.
Yeah, they're looking tough.
Unless they kind of spiral mid-season or some injuries. Of course, I don't wish that on nobody. But as of right now,
if they is as constructed, they look tough.
They do. I don't really. What team in the West could even really hang with them?
I don't know. Bronny and them.
No, that was nice. That made me tear up a little bit.
Yeah.
That was very, very nice.
I wish you'd have made hit that shot.
But I don't want to go to work with my daddy every day.
No, you couldn't work with me.
No. So how is that? Because Bronny, let me know. How is that? Do y'all ride together or what? Like,
they ride together.
I don't know. Like,
they live together.
I know they do, but I don't want to go to work, and that's probably short. Bronny probably gonna be moving out soon. I can imagine that life he living. Apartment. You thought? What do you think we talk about?
Yeah, bro. I forgot. He probably get a house right on the state. Yeah. His house probably be in the back somewhere.
I don't want to go to. I was thinking about it as it was a nice moment. They mic'd up and LeBron was like, "You ready? Like just
that
was
a cool moment. That was
very
I like
cool.
That. I really did like that.
I love that. It made me get a little emotional. But however, I do not want to go to work with my dad every day. No shade.
I feel you.
You don't want to work with me every day.
No. We need to write you up.
Well. That's it, right?
That'd be it.
You got anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Ayana, my coworker, for lacing me with the latest apparel and the Eagles gear. I mean, I appreciate you looking out for your boy. And give a shout out to all Eagle Nation. Hit that like, subscribe button. We 2 away from 200.
Yeah.
So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do that. And you got any shouts out? Or?
I don't.
That's it?
That's it.
All right.
Well, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Take 215. Again, my name is Deja, my dad Ryan. And until next time, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Thank you for watching this episode of Take 215. If you're interested in partnering with Take 215 for any sponsorships or any business inquiries, please just email us at take215podcast@gmail.com.